and it is an all new drinks. It is an all new drinks towards by. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy belated New Year. Happy belated birthday for those of you who didn't know. We hit the how old are you at how old are you now?
Oh man, let's I don't know. I'm I'm Silver Fox esque. You know,
You know what? I haven't noticed any silver on you. Do you have some silver?
I have pepperness. I have pepperness on me. You can't really.
Well, it's salt. It's not pepper. Pepper is the black, so you salt. Do you have a little salt in you?
Oh, no, I still got pepper. I guess. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's weird. Getting older because you notice those weird things. Like I'm looking in the mirror when I'm shaving, and I'm finding those, as we say in Mexican terms, the canas. You know what I mean? The white hairs, and you're just like, oh no, like where did that one pop from? And they say that it
Look,
comes from stress. You know what I mean? That you get white hairs from stress.
look
And
at that.
today was stressful, to
Look at
say the
that shit
least.
right there. So
Yeah.
you stress.
Yeah, so yeah, I have been getting some, but I try not to stress myself out. I think that is a kind of a secret to life, is just to kind of be tranquilo, as they say.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. I can't say I've stressed, and I don't want to say that I've stressed to this point because we also know, the silver fox. I don't think he stresses as much that he's in his position. He went kind of, you know, light early. And
Yeah,
my dad said the same thing. My dad went like all white really quick. He was coloring his hair. I didn't realize it until like I was later on in my years that he was coloring his hair.
that is a weird part when you start noticing your family start like using dye and stuff in your hair, and you're just like, oh man, like like why are you doing that? Like your goatee looks awfully blacker today, than last week.
I figured that I'm gonna have to color it one day. Like I believe that I'm gonna be on TV one day, like some series. I just in my heart of hearts, where I'm gonna have to play younger. So I'm gonna have to color my goatee. Just like do the fake beard, little like actually connect beard because I can't
Yeah,
like my beard doesn't connect. It's my beard. I can't grow a good beard.
it's tough. It's I mean, it took me such a long time to grow a beard, and to finally get it in its full flash. I remember when, the big thing growing up was the goatee and trying to connect it. That
Oh,
was always
remember that?
the
Yeah, yeah. You had that fucking catfish mustache, and then you had like little chin hairs, but it wouldn't connect. There was a big gap. It was like
yeah.
right here.
And everybody would just be looking like racing, like, is it connecting yet?
Yeah.
And that was the big thing when you connected it.
No, but there were some people who had like beards at like fucking 13 years old, like full on beards. Like, dude, what is genetics you got going on?
I know. I
At
know. I
least
had a few friends like that. They were easily the wolf, you know what I mean? Or not the wolf. They were the uh what were they? They just like had tons I'm trying to do three things at once, by the way. I'm trying to manage
the Facebook Live.
the Facebook Live. I'm trying to do the show and direct all at the same time. So that's if I sometimes if I get a little too spaced out, just know that a lot's happening. Yeah, kind of all at once. Right here on Drinks Towards By. It is Drinks Towards By, and what are you drinking?
I am actually drinking this beer I found at Stater Brothers. It's called Garbage Brewing Company. It's a beer out of California. Um, it's like on the side, like they don't even have it in the fridge. They don't have it anywhere. It's like they're trying to get rid of this beer. But I was like, I figure I do there because they have a triple Belgian that was like 9.1, and man, I really enjoyed it. Right now, I'm going like that 9.1. So this IPA that they have is 7.5%. and it was $7.99 for a fucking 6 pack. So I was like,
Oh
yeah,
man, you're
yeah, that's
practically giving it away.
yeah, exactly. Everything else is so expensive. Like you buy fucking uh a 6 pack of fucking like Elysian space dust, and it's like 15 bucks.
Mm, I know that stuff is super expensive.
Because I know it's popular because it's tasty. What you got? What you got going on?
I got the peebs, man.
Oh, no way! Doing the PBR.
I'm trying to make
You
peebs a thing too. I'm trying to make that into like
don't. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. Do it. Make it a thing in 2021. It really should have been a 2020 beer, but fucking like PBR should have skyrocketed in 2020 because we were like, fuck it.
it's.
I'm
I
buying
mean,
so much.
it's a cheap, good beer, and I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna knock anyone that does it.
No, but a lot of people do it. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, and not only that, but I'm double fisting today, as today should be a double fisting day. I got El Scotcho that I'm drinking, so
Oh, Scotch, I'm not double. No, not today. I was double fisting. What was I double fisting for? Was it the game? One of the games? I don't know.
we'll get into that in our sports section.
The sports section, yeah. I was just thinking about the day last time I double dipped, and I was like, woo! I was yeah, slept on the couch.
I'm just getting my topics ready too. That we have to or that I have going on. But how did you spend your New Year's? I mean, I know it's so weird. We're what 17, 20 days in. What day is today? Like what
14,
day?
14 days,
The 14.
14
Okay,
days,
we're 14 days into the new year,
and we
and
had insurrection. We had fucking terrorists hit the Capitol. Uh, More famous people died. We'll get into that later in sports. Uh, I don't know. I mean, you, I don't know what we were thinking. I don't know why people assumed like as soon as the clock hit midnight, everything was supposed to get better. You know what I mean? Well, you don't because you left the fucking conversation. Son of a bitch. Hi, everybody. If you're on Facebook Live, I miss you all. It has been too long. Oh, hey, he has returned.
what was that?
Oh, as now you returned. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining the fun.
it's because there was something audio that I had to go check out really quick.
Yeah.
It's because right now, you're coming in mono. So I was like, oh, let me try to get you in stereo. And I try to run to do it. And I ran to go do it thinking, oh, you're not going to say anything.
Well, you didn't tell me, so I assumed I was keeping it going.
Well, I wanted to, if ever I leave and um,
Just
just keep on going.
like that. Keep going. Yeah, you said keep going.
Yeah.
I was going. I was cursing. I was like, "Grr." You didn't even
it,
like warn me.
I know it's because nobody could tell right now, but because I've actually developed a system with the system that I could just have you like you. I know you can't see right now, but like at times like when you're talking, I could just have you only talk and them only
Got
see you. So I kind of as like what's it called a force field. You know what I mean? Like a perimeter. I'm like, oh, let me put up the David force field. You know what I mean? And you are a security guard, so I'm like, oh,
oh, dear Lord.
let me
No,
be.
I was what I was saying was back to you, even though they heard it. Was like we what did we assume? Like it was supposed to just be all fucking butterflies and rainbows going into fucking
I think
going
a
like I
lot of
mean,
people did. I think a lot of people thought, hey, once this is over, 2020 is over, we're all magically just going to, um, I don't know, like everything's not everything's going to be fixed, but we're all going to be happier, lighter, more productive.
nope. Pandemic's still going.
Eh,
Dr. Dre almost died. So who was famous that died recently? Somebody famous
oh,
died.
Tommy, that's how I'm all dodgered up.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Tommy Lasorda, he passed away. You know. Uh I had nothing against Tommy. Tommy was a good man. He
Yeah,
he was a Dodger. Like, he was like a Dodger.
Oh yeah, Dodger blue and blue through and through. It
Yeah.
was not that it wasn't devastating. The guy was like 94 years old.
Yeah, you can't tell me he didn't live a life and like he was too young.
Exactly. So,
Well, it's kind of like Vince Scully. His wife passed away.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah. Vince Scully's wife
yeah,
too.
he's not. Wait, sorry, should I say like far away? Um, we did have a an amazing situation happen in Washington.
You call it amazing. I'm just like, what the heck?
Oh, dude, it was like I couldn't fathom the fact that and I'm gonna say this, these people who attacked the fucking Capitol are the people who believe they are the most American of them all. Like they truly believe that they are patriots and they go ahead and destroy the capital of the United States, flying Confederate flags. They killed a cop. These people who were just Blue Lives Matter and fuck BLM, and they're the ones who stormed the castle. Fucking, have fun storming the castle.
Yeah, that was never in my life would I have ever. And of course, nobody ever would ever think of something like that would ever happen.
Yeah,
And for it to really happen, we're like, what? But
I
because what's funny is like sequels are never as good as the original. And the 2020 sequel, 2021,
2020 and one. It's still
yes,
2020 and one.
is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, holy shit, this is the beginning of 2021, and there's fucking all this craziness going on.
I mean,
Let me get the
2020.
popcorn.
Yeah, 2020 didn't really get start going until March, but this one, like, nope, we're gonna come out the gates.
Uh,
I called it White Dawn instead of Red Dawn, the movie. We called it White Dawn. But yeah, dude, I couldn't believe it. So they recently just arrested somebody in Glendora
for what?
for being part of the Capitol fucking siege.
Oh wow,
And yeah, I went into Glendora and arrested one of the guys.
jeez. You're
Yes,
being very you're real quick. A side note, you're holding your phone, aren't you?
yes, I have to.
Okay, we're
It's
gonna buy you a
shaking.
stand. We're gonna buy you a stand
I would love a stand. I'm
because
sorry.
every time you talk, you keep the picture just keeps on going up.
You know what? I'm I'm a very what's the word? I'm like animated person when I talk. It's just my laptop broke, so I'm stuck here. I don't know. Maybe I should try to put a stand up. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this.
Yeah, usually you're calling from your penthouse
Yes.
apartment, but
Next to me. Let me see. All right. Oh, okay. This might
yeah,
work.
yeah,
Okay.
no worries, no worries. But
I don't want to shake. I don't get anybody fucking epilepsy and shit.
yeah, because I was, it was, you
Come
know,
on. Switching.
oh man, what was it? Oh, I saw this meme during this off time. We've had a lot of off time together. Even though we did see each other, let's not just say that like we did not see
We
each
saw each
other.
other.
And
We spent some time. I'm sorry about that. We were
it's
unaware
cool.
that we
It's
may have
cool.
infected you. Also,
Yeah,
also
I went through an infection scare.
yes. Well, we went through an infection scare. We weren't aware of the infection scare, so when that time came, we felt really really bad about that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It was. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, dude, you even when you believe and trust somebody, it's like you don't know because they don't know. You
right.
know, it just depends in timing.
Yeah, everybody has to trust everybody, and it's. I've always called this COVID an STD, a socially transmitted disease. And
Well,
thank you. And it truly is. And we have to be very astute of who we are social with and vice versa. So yeah, that was a very sobering moment because at the whole time this whole time I've been like I've been doing so good with not with keeping away and doing everything that I can to not get it. And
yeah,
maybe some people will say that I'm fearful of it or whatever, and that's
I
on
am.
them, but I'm just playing it smart. I'd rather not be that person. My biggest fear is to be that person that infects somebody because I just don't want to be that guy.
I get you, and that's the thing is like we thought we were being safe. We were and we were safe, but it's you're still if you still have to be around people. If you still have to be around people, you have to assume that they're being safe. And that's why Annabelle's working from home now. Annabelle, uh, they had like a little outbreak at her work, so when come to find, well, you found out too because when you had come over, we were having a fucking gay old time, fun, drinking, eating, uh, and it was just it pained me to have to tell you and call you for it because it was like I was so scared because I was like, dude, I would hate to have to tell give you that situation, put you in that situation, and when we came back and we found out that it was okay, we were really relieved. Trust me, I know you were relieved,
Yeah,
but having to make that call was just fucking kind of gut wrenching. Like, oh, dude, I'm so fucking sorry.
it's cool. But but
Because
what a way
I
to
knew you
end
were gonna see your mom,
2020, by the way. What a way to end
huh?
2020. Do I have
Right?
COVID? What a cliffhanger.
No, I felt really bad because like we wanted to make sure that that we found out because you were gonna go see your mom. Obviously, we don't we didn't want you to go spread that shit to the rest of your family.
Yeah.
Oh, I made that's right. You came over. I made arroz con pollo that day.
The best arroz I've tasted. I'm still chasing that dragon. I'm still
Are
trying to,
you?
yeah, I'm still like, how did he do it? My arroz cannot be you. You know what I mean? It cannot be yours. And the crazy part is lately I've been getting some extra training at work. I've actually been training on an official grill, like on a real grill, like the pros use, and it's so different to uh, cook for yourself rather than cooking for a bunch of people. Or not for people, but for people ordering from you. Man, it's a little more pressure because you're like, does it look pretty? Like I know it's gonna
Yeah,
taste fine, but does it look pretty? That's the biggest
yeah.
thing.
Because you eat with your eyes. You ultimately eat with your eyes first, and then the sensation gets going. Like you want to see a pretty plate. You don't want to see just a bunch of slop. But yeah, I mean, and it's funny because like no matter how much you think you did well, you just always think like something's off. Like, I did something wrong. There was something different. Because I'll be honest. I made the arroz con pollo again, and it wasn't as good as that day.
It was as
It was not as good as
yeah.
that day. And then I realized like I thought I had it, so I sped through some stuff, and it just didn't come out the way it should have. So it's third time's a charm. Third time, I know I got this.
Oh
But
man. So some
yeah, I've been
topics.
cooking a lot more.
Yeah, yeah, good, good, good. Do you have fantasies perhaps of um becoming a cook? Do you think that would be in the realm of yourself?
No, never. I just want to be able to cook for myself and like for immediate people. Like just like I'd love to get a grill just so I could practice more on a grill. I don't have a grill. So everything is either going to be in a pan or an oven or fucking the Instant Pot. So eventually I do. I actually want one of those griddles, like the taco truck fucking things, the Blackstone griddles, and be able to start doing stuff like that. But it's hard because you have one of those and you want to just cook a bunch of food, and I go, it's just me and Annabelle. It's just me and my wife. I'm like, we got leftovers for the next 3 days. So, yeah. You ready to say topics?
Yeah, yeah. Some topics. Um, I saw this meme, and it had two people on the couch, and they're both looking at their phones. And one of the guys said, "I can't wait until I can look at my phone in the bar again."
That's funny. That's funny.
I thought that was pretty funny too. I was like,
I mean, yeah, because it's gonna be worse. Because like, dude, really, all you get to do now is
"Yeah,
you know who you're with. Like, I've gone to the bar and just been on the phone by myself because I didn't know anybody around me. So it's like, dude, I'm not gonna bug anybody. You jump into a conversation here and there, but that's why I always like there's that way to get into become a regular at the bar.
yeah."
You know what I mean? Like, you don't try too hard. Like, we've seen people try too hard to be a regular. Like, I want to get involved with everybody and like I want to come here every day. It was just like you just gonna like ease your way in. Just gonna like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Nice to see you again. You know, that's it. Just kind of ease your way in.
I'm looking right now at the. Did we just try to see if we're still on the screen? Having some trouble. We might be still streaming. I'm not sure, but we'll just keep on going. Maybe if you can have Annabelle check the.
Well, she's off on her own doing her thing. I don't want to bug her right now.
Yeah, no worries. Or I could just check it really quick. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and let's see, as you know, we're doing the thing.
You know what's sad though? It's like even at this point, the bar is not opening for a good couple months. We're
Yeah,
still that far away.
yeah. I think we're still streaming, so I think we're still good.
It's like when you get back, it's like don't try to start ordering a bunch of fancy shit. Let
Just get your drink and go.
you go. Don't fucking expect fucking perfection. It's gonna take a while to get the kind of the craft back.
Yeah,
Can I get a margarita? You mean a Jack and Coke?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Two
And
ingredients.
the
You're getting.
craziest part too is like, are the bartenders going to remember how to make drinks? I can barely remember how to make drinks. Somebody the other day asked me to make them. I went to a house for New Year's Eve, and the guy's house.
Your birthday thing.
Yeah, on my birthday. And the
Yeah.
guy's like, could you? His name's Kevin. He's like, I was with him and his family. It was just literally just me, his wife, and him and his kids. And but it was cool because we were video chatting everybody all over the U.S. doing their Happy New Year's and then doing our Happy New Year's. So that was kind of fun. But he loves my Bloody Marys. He's like, dude, I think I have all the ingredients. I got all the ingredients that you told me to get. And he's like, but this guy told me to get this particular ingredient. And he pulls out, I shit you not, the tomato juice that the Cove uses. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh
And
my,
a tear came to your eye.
yeah. And then he goes, this guy swears by it. And I'm like, well, he's right. I'm like, because this tomato juice is the shit.
Yeah.
And and then so I started making it, and I'm like, how the fuck do you make this again? And then I was like, and then I forgot how to rim. Like I'm like, how do I rim stuff? Like, like I'm like, oh my god, like it was just hilarious. And I wonder if bartenders are gonna go through that, or if they're doing other things to keep them, you know, occupied, or or to keep them from doing all that, like to just to refresh.
Yeah, I mean it's like I've been out of work for so long. It's like I'm far I feel weird like having to go back to like be security and start asking people for IDs, and it's like oh, and like being on my feet and working like I'm asleep by fucking 11 o'clock every day now. It's like changing my schedule around where I'm not sleeping and having like 3 jobs. I don't know. It's a weird thing because like I'm sure the all the bartenders at the Cove are making drinks for themselves, but not the same way. Then you're not making like uh Hendrix Smash and stuff, Citrus Smash. You're not making that. It's rare. I'm not saying no, but it's gonna be far and few between. I mean, most people are just like, oh, I'm just drink beer, or fucking chill. Like normally I drink alcohol, but I'm drinking beer right now. I try to change my tune. And then you say that you may not go back for a while, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to just buy some ingredients every now and then, just to
I'm
fucking
just gonna I'm just gonna open up a book. Like,
yeah.
or I'll just wait till I go there and I'll be like, look, everyone's only ordering this or that. I'm like, oh
You get a screwdriver, a Jack and Coke, or
yeah.
fucking gin and tonic. That's it.
We're gonna work our way up to how it was, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, I need a martini. Give me a minute.
During the during break, extended break too, it was like our longest. I mean, we've gone on hiatuses, but
Yeah,
this was the
yeah.
longest. Was the big thing that I don't understand, and I would like for you to tell me more about this, which was, why are there so much twisted tea references? Is it like the hot new drink right now? Um,
Wait a
what?
minute. You don't know about the twisted tea?
No, I've been seeing it all of a sudden, and I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, David will know. He's hip with the kids and the cool crowd."
Okay, so I can't send you the link right now, but if you can find the video, if you just YouTube it, YouTube Twisted Tea. So what happened was there was a white guy who was talking to like a black guy at like a 7-Eleven or some convenience store. And he was mouthing off, and was like, "Yo, nigga, I know." And he was saying the N word, and the black guy was like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and the white guy kept going. So he brings he had a twisted tea in his hand, and just came across and fucking whacked the shit out of that dude with the twisted tea.
Wow.
Broke, broke the can in his face. The guy hit the ground. He started punching him again. He was hitting him again. Yeah, and that's the twisted tea. So those memes is that's what's going on. Like the guy, if you see the meme where like if they put somebody else's face on it, but the guy's holding a twisted tea in a convenience store, it's because he hit him across the face with it.
Okay. All right. All right. So that's. I wonder if the twisted tea sales went up,
Oh,
or
I'm sure. I almost bought one today just because. I swear to God, I was like, I'm up. I'm feeling
I,
frisky.
I might buy one. Next show.
Yeah, we should do it. Next show, we should drink twisted
And
teas.
twisted tea.
I'm gonna
Everybody listening. We're
start
gonna.
arguing with each other.
Yeah. We're all gonna do
Oh,
twisted
yeah, you
tea.
you have to find the video. He wrecked him with that fucking can.
Jeez. And it's just so crazy that he just. I mean, I've never heard. I mean, have I heard of Twisted Tea? Is essentially
A
like
Mike's
a
Hard
lemonade.
Lemonade.
Yeah, like a Mike's
Yeah,
Hard
I
Lemonade,
would
right?
assume like a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah, Four Loco, whatever. Well, I don't know. Well, Four Loco isn't what it used to be anyway.
Yeah. So there's nothing that ever just screamed, I needed a Mike's Hard Lemonade, or I don't know. So,
I'll drink them, because they're like 8% liquor, dude. So I'm like,
oh
you know
really?
what?
They're like IPAs.
Yeah. I mean, they're sweetened. It's like you know, like those vodka infused drinks, or like you can get those mini cocktail drinks because they're like 8%. But yeah, those like Mike's Hard Lemonade, it's just not a great tasting. Like it kind of ruins the lemonade. It's too sweet. But if you're in a pinch, you can get two of those for like you can get like two of those for like $3. I'm like, fuck it, get a good buzz going off for $3.
What an endorsement. If you're in for a pinch, get a twisted tea.
Yeah, you're in a pinch, fuck it. Because it's gonna take you two Mike's Hard Lemonades to get you to fucking six Coors Lights, you know. And they
So
also give you the talk can.
yeah. So the other major thing to happen over the holidays was Wonder Woman. Did you see that?
I did. I actually specifically got HBO Max to watch Wonder Woman. I still have HBO Max. I don't know. It wasn't a great movie. It was plot holes upon plot holes upon plot holes. But
Right?
but it's like I think they like they had to shorten the filming because of COVID. So it nothing from DC has really been amazing. So I mean, at the
Aquaman was
same,
good. Aquaman was good.
if you love CG, yes, or CGI, what you want to call it, CG, CGI, it's as a whole, DC is not a strong force. If you like comic books, you like stuff like action, yeah, it was a cool movie, but ultimately, it wasn't her best work or the best movie. You know, I find it that it was better that I bought it on HBO Max and got to watch it at home than pay for it to go out in theater and be more disappointed. Because I mean, you spend what $15 for a month subscription, and that's that we watched his Dark Materials. Have you seen that series?
Yes, that's with the girl that plays Weapon X, right?
Is that who that is?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
yeah, from
I don't have
Wolverine's
Miranda
yeah, Wolverine's
Logan.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really realize that. And yeah, dude, that's a really good series.
Oh yeah.
We really enjoyed it. So like that was worth the money.
And not only that, but you get to watch The Watchmen, you
I
know.
haven't seen that yet. You know what? I haven't seen. I'll have to probably watch that on my own. But then HBO Max, you see that they're gonna every movie that they release in the theater, they're gonna release on HBO Max.
Yeah, that's really cool from DC. And not only
Well, it's
that,
not just DC. It's not
but
just DC. It's the major motion pictures, whatever Warner Brothers had, they're putting it in.
yeah, I'm on the fence about Dune because I remember seeing Dune as a kid and I didn't get it. And now I'm like, okay, maybe now that I'm older, Dune's gonna come out and maybe
Okay,
I'll.
okay. So let me ask you this: would you want to watch Dune the original before you watch the new one, or just watch the new one and let it kind of be Dune for you?
I'm thinking about what because the original is on HBO. I can watch it, but I'm thinking about just waiting to the new one. But I did see the trailer for Dune, the old one, and it's a good refresher of what Dune is really about.
Yeah,
So,
it actually had a kind of a star-studded cast too. It had Sting in it.
did it really?
Yeah, Sting was one of the main players.
I don't remember that. Again, I was a kid when that stuff came out. So,
But
so
yeah, that's why and that's the thing. It's like I don't remember Dune too much, but that's why I'm contemplating whether I should watch the original and then see how they did it. Because I remember Mad Max, and I think the new Mad Max was okay. It wasn't like a bad version of Mad Max.
oh yeah, the one with Charlie Theron.
Yes, and Tom
Yeah,
Hardy.
yeah, that one was really
But
good.
apparently, they don't get together. They don't like each other.
Oh, in real life,
They couldn't stand each other on set. Yeah, they don't like each other.
that's why the movie was so good. That's
You
called
feel the hatred.
it's called real acting.
But that's the same thing with Lawless. Apparently, Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf didn't get along, and Shia because Shia was like drinking a lot, and they got into it. So I don't know. I mean, Tom Hardy seems to like a lot of people, but he's a really good actor, so you're kind of stuck. It's like, damn it. I know he'll make the scene great, but he's a douche.
Another weird thing that I wanted to talk about was Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, I don't understand the scoring of Rotten Tomatoes because I went and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it got a whatever whatever on Rotten Tomatoes for this Wonder Woman," right? And I figured, okay, the higher the score, the shittier the movie is.
No,
Because
no,
that
no, no.
makes sense. That makes sense to me, right?
It it would make sense, but that's kind of
Because if it gets
the
100% Rotten Tomatoes, it's 100% rotten. It's 100% no good. You
no
know,
that but that and that's the thing. It's not. It's like the opposite. It's like a fucking
I don't like that.
conundrum. Yeah,
I don't like that.
it's
It's too
yeah yeah
confusing.
because it goes with your Fonzie joke.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I remember.
yeah, yes.
Uh, no, it's Rotten Tomatoes actually is the higher the score, the better the movie is. It's more, it's yeah. I don't because it's just the fucking it was a name, you know. They made fun of it. Because they have like an award show for shittiest movies. I don't know what they're called, the Spazzies or something like that. You ever heard that?
Razzies. Yeah, the
The Rad.
Razzies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like that. You know, you have award shows for fucking shitty movies, but it's the Rotten Tomatoes is actually like it gets a high score. It's actually a good movie.
During this time, I've been doing the swipes, trying to do the dating stuff, and you know what? I think we need to take out the term uh sapiosexual. Okay,
Sure, 'cause I don't know what the fuck that is.
you don't know what sapiosexual is.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, let me. You know what? Because I did some research because I didn't even know what the fuck it was, and
Okay, you're like giving me shit. I'm like, I'm not so
yeah.
sure what the fuck.
No, no. I mean, but I have the definition right here because I knew nobody knows what it is, right? And
Because
what
there's so many now.
it's finding intelligence sexually attractive or arousing, right?
I can't believe they just gave. I don't believe they gave that a name. You're just attracted to somebody.
For having intelligence. I am super intelligent, okay? All the
Let's say that.
sapios all the sapios should be sexual to me. You know what I mean? But it's like, how do you uh, uh point that out? Like, do I put a math formula, in my
A
in my
soliloquy.
yeah, in my like profile?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
You know, I completed quantum physics. Thank you very much.
right? We can talk many moons about the orifices of the black holes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just it's like, come on, guys, like, just say I want a smart person, or yeah, and
Wait,
the big conundrum is we all believe that we're all smart too. You know, we come on.
I mean,
There's nobody that walks around and knows that they're an idiot. We all
you
believe
know
that
what?
we're all smart.
I honestly believe some people do. I honestly believe some people do, but you know, um, it's a tough situation. I mean, how did this come up? Did you see this in somebody's profile?
I did see it in somebody's profile, and
And
that's what got me to like, oh man, like everybody's hung up on this sapiosexual stuff, and I'm like, yeah, intelligence, okay, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, they're I don't know,
like, yeah, what are
I'm
you
smart.
basing? What are you
Like,
basing
I'm
your intelligence
smart.
on? Like, do you need an IQ test score, or
Yeah,
do you need to?
that
Are
would
you
be
gonna send me a formula to finish, and then we can go on a date?
that would be cool. Is if in their profile they had a link to like a smart test. I'm like, okay, let's do this. If you really want to
Uh,
believe that. But the other thing too is intelligent people, guess what, they're not looking for somebody, because they're that smart. They know, I don't want that headache. So it's like, come on, guys, like,
my thing is, do you want somebody smart because you're dumb? Like, am I gonna
So
be like, why am I with you?
even it out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because that I don't know. I mean, that's dumb to me. Because at the end of the day, as brainiac as you want, you still see a bunch of nerds that are fucking lonely. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
this can't be true, you know? Like it's
yeah, you're lying to yourself. You want to believe that you want an intelligent person until you feel dumb. You're like, I can't do this. Did you swipe on them and then they say no, or like you're
yeah,
like, okay, you should swipe and then send a message. So how smart do you need me to be?
yeah.
I need to know this. Like you should just do that for research. Okay, so what is your definition of intelligence?
That's
You
true.
know, so
That'd be a good icebreaker, you know what I mean? Of
yeah, because I want to know. You know, the world wants to know. It's like how many links to the center of a Tootsie Pop. The world wants to know. Because at the end
mm,
of the day, I think people are just bullshit posturing. Like what? Like, can you look up what pansexual is?
oddly enough, I
You
did
know the
look
definition.
that up. Pansexual is you do not have a preference of guy or girl because you're not attracted to that. You're just attracted to them. That's what pansexual it is. Because I
Doesn't
was
make any fucking.
I was
It's
watching Schitt's
bisexual.
Creek, right? We were talking the off air.
Off
Uh,
air.
we were talking about Schitt's Creek, and I found the girl that plays Stevie attractive, and I was like, man, I wonder if she's single or not. Not that like I have a shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a realist, you know what I mean? I get it, but I'm like, I wonder, she's probably married, right? So I looked her up and I found out that she was married for a bit and she just recently, like, and by recent, like within 2 years, got divorced. She was married for about 2 years and then got divorced. And it says that she's pansexual. And I was like, what the? I was like, what does that mean? She likes to cook? Like, what, what's going on here? So I looked it up and that's what I found out.
I know what I mean. Far be it from me to tell you how to love or what you want to love, but at the same time, I'm just like, I mean, oh, get it in. Hey, aren't you not done the? Are you not on camera? Oh, you're not on camera. Okay. Oh, force field. David Forcefield. Gotcha. So anyway, let me go with that. Um, Again, I'm not here to tell anybody how they should love or how they love, but I mean, when we start getting into these all different definitions, it gets kind of overwhelming because it's like, dude, people feel like you're disrespectful. I go, bro, I don't know. Like I don't pay attention enough to know the difference. And you can love who you want to love, but I mean, we have an LGBTQ, and then I just start saying LGBTQRS. Trust me, I have a lot of gay friends, people who whatever floats your boat. But I'm still me. I'm
Yeah.
fucking 40 years old. I'm 40 years old. I'm hard pressed to have to change all my definitions for you. It's gonna be that way.
Yeah, so maybe if there was like a smart website or like a smart app or like smart dating app, Sapio, SAPP, like for the app, you know, for the smart people, then go there, um,
Oh, we should do that. We should make our own apps for fucking specific sexualities.
yeah.
That would be fucking ridiculously smart. Let's do that. We,
Did
we,
I
we'd
tell
be
you
we'd be attracted to ourselves.
it's called the phone? It's called the selfie. Did I tell you that I tried to create an app for swingers? because and I went to development and everything in this because anytime I was be on the apps, I would always find a female that's in an open relationship, you know. And I was pissed because I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to find one, and you already have one, and you're trying to find another. Like that's not fair. And you're a girl, and you know what I mean. Like, like I don't know. And so it got me thinking. I'm like, dude, you guys need to have your own place,
I,
and
I,
um,
I'm sure they do.
well, I went and I got a developer, and we were talking about it. And then she's like, "Oh, you better go do some more research so we can figure it out." So then I'm like, "Okay." So I went, and there's like four apps, of four open relationship people, but they're essentially swingers because they're all couples. You know what I mean? At
Yeah.
the end of the day, looking for another couple or whatever. And there was one that was really good where everybody got tested, and that's how they kind of renewed their license once a month or something like that. And I was like, man, that's smart. And then I just was like, well, there's already four out there, and they don't need another one. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that community is, you know, small where they're all on all those apps. And
So recently, I saw on the news that there was a bust in L.A. of a swingers party. Like it was because the sheriffs literally fucking raided the party because they considered it a super spreader event because of COVID. So they broke down. They fucking uh they came and stormed the castle and fucking told everybody to get out, and they arrested everybody for fucking being part of a super spreader event for being at a swingers party. It's comedy.
geez, that's a super spreader event on many levels.
Yes. We don't know what you're spreading.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, it's you know, I, we didn't get each other anything for the holidays, which I'm not trying to be like you didn't get. I'm not. This isn't a
Yeah, right.
shakedown.
I'm like, we talking about this.
Yeah, like you know, and but there's one thing that I did realize, because I got my nieces and nephews stuff over the holidays, is that I'm a good gift giver in the fact that I give gifts of practicality. Like I'm always like, okay, what, I'm gonna get you something that you're gonna use. You're not gonna get what you want. You're gonna get what you need, type
Yeah.
type thing. And I was wondering if you figured out what kind of gift giver you have become.
I don't. I am a kind of the spur of the moment slash uh feeler of the person because like ultimately I am a single man's gift giver. Like, here's a gift card, here's cash. Plain and simple. Because I am not gonna believe that I know exactly everything you love or everything you want or everything you might need. So I will help you get the things that you want or you need by giving you the cash and or gift card to get you what you want. Because it's like it's easier. I think I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted money for my birthday and Christmas. And I was really good with money even back then. Like now, not so much because I have responsibilities and bills and shit. But as a kid, like the money that I got for my birthday, I would make it last all the way to Christmas. And my birthday's in July, so I'm lasting from Christmas from July to fucking December, from December back to July. It's like, hey, I don't have a lot of shit that I have to buy, but so that way I have money. Even when my dad would give me like $20 a week for lunch when I was in high school, and I would buy the bare fucking minimum. I think I spent like $1 because lunch was cheaper in
Right.
'98, in like
Yeah.
'99, I mean '99, '97. Like $1.50, $1.75 got me a sandwich, an orange juice, and a cookie, and that was my lunch. So that held me over. So it's one of those things, like and then whatever money I didn't have at the end, I had I had saved. Kind of like now, like having to save money, fucking because everything's going up
It's still you're still using that to this day.
to this day. Do I need the cheese? No, I'm just gonna fucking get a burger. Yeah.
And which brings me to my last point, which is what age does a child no longer be referred to as a baby? You know?
Ooh, see, I'm very big on this. Like the whole he's he's 8 months, he's 9 months, he's 12 months. After 12 months, he's a year old. Don't give me he's fucking 18 months, he's 24 months, he's 36. He's three. He's fucking 3 years old. He's three. No. The kid's cognitive. He should be pissing in the toilet. You
Yeah.
know, he's fucking saying words.
Yeah.
Uh
I think that's a good when you're no longer a child is when you become a not a baby to a child is when you can talk. I think
like
that's the perfect.
if you want to say when you're not wearing diapers anymore, but even then, it's like, do the kids like, even 3-year-olds are talking and walking around and doing a bunch of shit, and they're still in diapers because they haven't been completely potty trained. You still don't want to fucking have to worry about that shit.
Yeah,
But as a parent, they're always your baby.
yeah,
So, but if we're talking in the sense of other people's, like, dude,
yeah, of course.
how's your kid? I'm like, how you say how's as you say occasionally, how's the baby? Because it's their baby. But yeah, if you're talking, walking, if you're in kindergarten, you're pissing the toilet, you know, you're not a baby anymore. Even like, okay, the simplest answer, 2 years old. At 2 years old, you're no longer a baby.
All right.
The moment you come to, you're dead. You're no, because you have a lot of
Right.
comprehensive fucking thing. Yeah,
Again, I'm thinking more of once they start talking. So I don't know what age that could be. You say 2, 3. Uh,
it changes
yeah,
for kids. Like
yeah,
each kid is different. One your first kid might fucking start talking at 8 months. Your next one's not gonna talk to like fucking 13 months. And as a parent, you freak out because you're like, oh, they started this early. Like, my kid's a little slow. It's like, no, but it's like you don't push it. He's like, all right, again, it's always your baby. But everybody else is like, dude, you're not a kid anymore.
yeah.
Like you look at a teenager, you can say you're not a kid anymore, but at the same time, you're a kid. you know. But you're looking at this person like you have knowledge, you have the ability to think for yourself. So you're not just some kid who can be fucking uh bamboozled for no reason other than just you chose to be. So okay, so let me tell you this. So I want to say I was either 3 or 4 years old, and I used to be very big into pacifiers to the point where I used to have uh two or three. I would actually have two or three pacifiers. Like I had one like I hang around my neck, and like I had another ones, right? So a time came, and I don't know why I have this memory because this was way back in Cleveland. So I was legitimately 3 or 4 years old before I came to California. Uh, I guess my uncle was trying to get me off pacifiers. Like he says, I'll give you this money if you give me that pacifier. And I gave him the pacifier. He gave me the money, and then I pulled the other pacifier out and started. So yes. So at that point, I shouldn't have been a baby anymore. If I can bamboozle somebody out of a lot of money.
uh, one last thing before we get into sports. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, the vaccine is getting rolled out,
Yes.
and I found it hilarious that UPS was delivering all the vaccines. You know, they're like, we need this now. Let's not get our post office. Let's get a third party. Let's get UPS. Let's get
Yeah.
FedEx.
Let's get next day air.
Yeah. I was like, this is
Oh,
the most perfect like thing to bring back the post office is like. to bring funds back and stuff, and they're like, no, we're just gonna outsource it. I was like, whoa.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to talk about the post office right now, considering all the mail-in ballots and everything that went on with that, and fuck everything's going on with that shit. So hopefully everything gets like, you know what? Honestly, now that you mention it, I don't remember anybody even talking about the mail service because like once that day came, it was like, all right, we're done with that. And it's sad. It's like we forget about things so quickly because there's always something new to fucking like drain this, just come into your fucking head and just go, oh, this is the new thing. Well, forget that thing. It wasn't resolved, but fuck it. It wasn't life or death.
Yeah, so I just was like, oh, that was interesting. So yes, let's get into sports.
Sports.
Man, has it been a sports year for you as well as for me, obviously? But let's first go into Ohio State. Okay,
Oh, they got their asses kicked.
oh
It
man,
was dirt. It was dirty.
it was it was good. It was good. The first half of the game, I was just like, all right, this is cool. This is what I signed up for. And then after that, it was just like, wow. It's like
Well,
they
the
figured him
problem
out.
was our starting running back went out after the first play. He got hurt and went to the hospital. So I mean, when you don't have a running game to change around, it was going to be tough. And then like he was missing some passes, and nothing against the quarterback. I mean, they were bringing a lot of pressure, but it was our defense. Our defense just could not do anything to stop Devontae Smith. He was on a fucking tear. That they called an amazing game, and it was easy to read, but they didn't make the adjustments because anytime he went into motion, they bit and went back, and just he was wide open. It was like, dude, they're doing that's all they're doing. They're just running him in motion, calling the play, and he runs back, and the cornerback's out of position, and the other cornerback doesn't peel off his guy. If that happens, you're not getting those big plays. He was the Heisman Trophy winner, so I mean,
Yeah, that was
it was
insane.
heartbreaking. It was
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
and I mean and because I was like, well, we don't know how good Alabama is because they completely trounced Notre Dame, and just the the shock, or not the shock, but what's the word I'm looking for? The outpour of people that don't want Notre Dame, in those types of series is because they're like, well, they have an easy schedule, and they really shouldn't have been there, type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying that about Ohio State, but I mean, Ohio State beating
Really?
up on
Oh,
Clemson.
oh, oh,
Yeah, though
yeah.
yeah, yeah, they said that a lot. Because Clemson was talking shit to Ohio State, like, you guys only played 6 games, you guys shouldn't be here. The coach from Clemson, because they beat him last year, said he ranked Ohio State 11th going into that game. The AP coaches poll, he ranked Ohio State 11th, and they whooped that ass. It was like the equivalent of what Ohio State did to Clemson is what Alabama did to Ohio State. And hey, you know, you gave your licks, you took some licks. It's a dog world. I mean, had this been a full year and Ohio and no sicknesses and everything, I think it might have been a different game. And I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm not going to take anything away from Alabama. Alabama is one of the best college football teams I've seen in a long time. They were on point, but it is what it is. On to the next year with college football. It's
Yeah.
recruiting. College football teams are not going to be as the top teams may not be as good as they were this year because they lose a lot of people to the NFL. So those teams that were really good but not good enough this year are going to be better next year because they don't have as many people leaving for the NFL. So I do think they need to expand the playoffs to at least 8 teams, preferably 16.
I think you're right with that too, for sure, because that'll just knock everybody out. It'll get the right four together. Uh,
I saw it where somebody had it where it was in the if you had 18 playoff. Every top seed got a home game. So they like they play at their own college stadium, and then you go into the bowl season like they do the three top teams. I think
Oh
that's a
yeah,
great idea.
yeah. I'm totally for it.
But yeah, so
Yeah, well, we touched on it a bit earlier, but also in sports, Tommy Lasorda did pass away. Um, Wanted to share. Do you have any Tommy Lasorda stories, by the way? Have you ever met him? Have you ever?
no, I mean I have a I'm a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
I told you the story where I was on the Dodger field, right?
No, no.
No, it's okay. So it was I want to say third, fourth grade. I want to say fourth, maybe fourth, fifth grade. This was the 80s, so we were doing the Nancy Reagan Just Say No program, the Dare. So our school, yeah, exactly. Our school was picked to be one of the schools that got on the Dodgers stadium. So we were lining like mid outfield, uh, right before the infield because Nancy Reagan was gonna speak on the mound, and then like I'm on the field and I'm looking behind me. Hey Kirk, hey Kirk Gibson, what's up?
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, and then they were playing the Pirates, and I almost got a foul. I almost got a ball from Andy Van's like,
That's cool.
yeah,
That's very
we
cool.
were in, yeah. So I mean, that's the equivalent of my Dodger esque outside of watching Kirk Gibson hit the home run in the fucking against Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah. Um. Well, I have a few stories. I actually met Tommy Lasorda or ran into him a few times in my life. One was when was it? It was during um their playoff run, but like earlier in like 2007 or 2008, right around that time. And I was
Who was the
doing
coach? It wasn't Lasorda, right?
no, but he was there speaking um on behalf of just to rally the troops and whatnot. He was like, and Tommy Lasorda, because at the time Adam Carolla was doing the emceeing, so we were there in support of him for the radio station. And so while that was going on, we were doing a bunch of um uh playoff rallies and stuff like that. And so he was there at one of the rallies, and I'm there and I'm just yelling, Tommy, Tommy, and he's just like, shut up. And I'm like, what? And I thought that was interesting. And I was with some of my friends, and they're like, man, Tommy sort of just punked you. And I'm like, dude, he's just, yeah, it was pretty funny. And then the next time was we were doing a broadcast over there at Jimmy Kimmel's house. Or no, I'm not Jimmy Kimmel's house. He was doing the Feast of San Gennaro. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but he was doing the Feast of San Gennaro, and we set up a broadcast, and he was there on the actual broadcast. We had him on, and I was taking some photos of him. He's just like he yelled at me again. So each time that this happened, I kept on thinking, like this is me, like getting yelled at by Tommy Lasorda twice in my life. This is what a Dodger moment is. Like I'm practically now a Dodger because I've been yelled at, twice by Tommy.
I like how that's how you take it. I'm part of the team. I got yelled by the coach, as opposed to it's kind of a dick. I love that you turn that shit into a positive. Like, bro, I mean, I'm just being a fan. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like no, this is how the Dodgers must feel. This is what he was. as a coach, you're not supposed to be a good guy. You know what I mean? You're supposed to get the best out of your players. And
I feel
it's
like I'm on the field.
yeah, exactly. Whoa. Because a prime example, the Chargers coach Anthony Lynn got fired.
Yes, a
He's
lot of people are fired.
no, like only two people got fired.
What are you talking
Like
about?
two head coaches, the Jets and the Chargers.
The Jets, the Chargers, the Jaguars, who just signed Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer's the new coach of the Jaguars.
No way.
Yeah, Ohio State. Uh, the Philadelphia Eagles fired their coach, Doug Peterson.
Did they?
Yeah, because of what he did in the last game. Uh, fucking Pittsburgh just fired their offensive coordinator.
Okay. But Mike Tomlin's still there. Mike. Oh, which by the way,
Honestly,
but by the way, we'll get to that in a second. The Cleveland Browns, who hilarious. But anyway, but we're going through coaches right now.
um, who else? Did anybody else get fired?
But my whole thing too
The
is
Texans coach got fired.
no way.
The Texans, yeah, Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien, the Texans coach, is now going to be the offensive coordinator for Alabama
Hmm.
because the offensive coordinator from Alabama is going to go to Texas.
So there's a little switcheroony.
That's what you're reading. So yeah, no, there was multiple coaches that got fired.
Yeah. But the thing too is Anthony Lynn was such a nice guy. The complete exact opposite of Tommy Lasorda. Like, you know, you couldn't have the most polarizing like people. Tommy was I'm gonna light a fire under your ass and you're gonna make it happen. Where Anthony Lynn was a very hands on and he was really there for the players. Not saying that Tommy wasn't, but he was just a really like nobody had anything bad like it like to let go of him. Everybody's like, dude, we are so sorry, we have to let you go. You are a absolute great guy. However,
We need to win.
yeah, we need to win.
We need to win.
And it was man, it was a very bittersweet moment. Uh, it was tough. It was tough, and I'm interested though. I'm interested because this new year, next year for the Chargers is going to be a very interesting year. It's going to be even more exciting. This year it was like an unexpected excitement. We did
I
good
mean, you got
last year, and then we were going to get what's his name to be the quarterback, and then
Tyrod,
yeah,
Tyrod
Tyrod
Thomas,
Taylor, he was going to be the
Tyrod Taylor.
quarterback, and then he got
They puncture his
stabbed in the
lung.
ribs. You know what I mean? He got
They puncture his lung.
punctured by accident, and then let's bring on
The rookie.
her. Yeah, and then he's just fucking amazing, and then everyone's just like, well, like, oh, all right, let's just fuck it, let's just take a loss this year and develop this kid. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
um,
but what hurts is like you have this kid, and now you're going to bring him a new coach who's going to start a whole new system. So it's like now this kid's going to might regress because he has a new system. I mean, you look at it like Baker Mayfield. He had 4 coaches in 3 years, and now he's progressing. It's like, dude, you give a quarterback stability, and hey, it could work out.
and by the way, it's working out for Cleveland. My favorite part of watching the Browns and Steelers was the
Cindy McMahon.
commentators. Well, no, it was a commentator saying, "You guys just don't understand what we're seeing. Is it supposed to happen?"
Well,
Like
every Browns fan is still nervous to like until that Taki interception, that last
yeah.
interception, everybody was still like, we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna lose this fucking game. I was texting my friends at 28-0. We're still gonna lose this game. Because it's the Browns. I mean, ultimately, like if anything happened, like you know how hard it is gonna be to be the way we beat the Steelers was the Browns Super Bowl. Now, not to say that I wouldn't be fucking. I might shed tears if they beat KC, even not making the Super Bowl.
I think
But
everyone's gonna shed tears. That is like Holy
especially
cow.
KC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, like as a Browns fan, when you get that win, like that was the hump win. Like I truly believe that was the win that got us over the hump. Now, again, I'm not going to say that we're able to be KC. I'm not going to say we're making the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is that win right there proved that we have a future with this team. They're not going to blow it up again and start over, rebuild. It's like we found our coach. Baker Mayfield is legitimately he's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback. He's not going to fucking put Mahomes numbers up and shit. They're going to put Patrick numbers up, but if they stick to this idea of running and solid defense, then it's a good fucking team.
And what people don't understand is this wasn't supposed to happen.
Was it? We struggled against their backups the
Yeah.
week before, which got us into the playoffs. Yes. And trust me, Cindy, if you're watching, Cindy, I know that you were talking, we were texting that you were like, "Oh, you're gonna play
You
the
guys are
real
texting
Steelers
each
this
other?
week." Yeah, of course. She's gonna tell me we're playing the real Steelers this week, and we did better against the real Steelers. Smack that ass. And
Oh
then
man.
and then somebody had sent me a quote because like I guess after the game, like the next day, Chase Claypool was talking shit to the Browns, like, "Oh, you guys are gonna get your ass kicked," and it was like, dude, you gotta be humble. Like, dude, what are you talking shit? And then he put another statement out later, going, uh, they should be good winners. They were acting up. I go, one, they're super fucking happy that they won. Two, Juju Schuster was talking a bunch of shit, and he said the Browns is the Browns. That's all they're gonna be. Like he expected them to win. So the Ohio State was just riding off that high of what Juju said. We're not trying. The Browns weren't trying to be fucking like the a holes. You guys were being the a holes. Juju and Claypool. You guys were the ones talking shit on TikTok. They just reacted to what you guys were saying. So I mean, you're just a young kid, a great kid, but
Yeah, that's
talk shit.
like it's
It
that.
can't hurt. Oh yeah, it was great times.
Jeez.
Sunday at 12 o'clock. Trust me, I'm gonna be fucking all over it.
Yeah, please. That was uh, hilarious. I loved it. So
What else is
those
what else is sports?
those sports. Those are good sports.
It was a good sports.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
trust me, it was great for me. I mean, it was I had sent my friends a meme because in Ohio sports, not this there, in Ohio sports, you can't get more than one. So the fact that when Cleveland beat Pittsburgh, I already knew Ohio State was going to lose. I was like, it's over. We don't have a chance. Our Ohio mojo is gone already.
Yeah.
But there was a meme that had Thanos in it. Like what did you give up?
Yeah.
So it was like
Everything.
uh, the Browns won. What did you give up? Francisco Lindor and Ohio State because they traded Francisco Lindor away. I mean, I loved Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor reminded me of like Roberto Alomar, Omar Vizquel. Like he was like one of those hard-working, just legitimate players, and we just can't afford to keep him. It's a small market. Small market doesn't work in baseball. There is
Yeah.
no salary cap. You know, not in a good one anyway. I think there needs to be more salary caps. I think everybody's making too much money that some people are like we can't afford to compete. It's sad, but that's what it is. It's in every sport. There's teams that like have so much money that they can pay more people. So people are like, oh, I'm gonna go make fucking $70 million more over here, so I'm gonna go over there. I mean, you look at Harden. Harden couldn't win in Houston, so now he's gonna go to he went to Brooklyn. He forced a trade. I mean, you were with KD before, you guys didn't win. You were with Westbrook before, you didn't win. So You might win in the East, but you're not. You still got to go up against a fucking Pacific team.
Yeah, sports. I'm like,
Sports.
that
Uh,
was a mega sports for 2021.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
the first sports section of this video.
Yeah. And so yeah, we covered everything. We covered Tom of the Sword, we covered the football, we covered
The insurrection. Yeah, we covered everything.
okay.
I think we're good. I think we're good to the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time for the final
Cheers.
I mean final cheers, but at the same time, um guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching us. This is a fairly brand new that we're doing. Um trust me. Trust me. This is
It's still a work in progress, but we
yeah,
appreciate.
yeah. Really appreciate it. And we are on YouTube. So go ahead and check us out. We are on major platforms. As you can see on the Spotify, YouTube, we're on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, plethora. So go ahead and check us out. Our 100th episode is just right around the corner,
Yes.
and we are very excited about that. So we're gonna be doing this obviously. Now that it only took not like 95 shows to finally get to broadcasting.
The way we were doing that. Yes,
Yeah. So yeah, so just look for us and you know, we'll be there.
we'll be there.
Um 100 episodes, but we do have Venmo. So if you guys want to tip us or do whatever, we are on the Venmo. So at Drinks to Words by, make sure to check that out, and we would really appreciate it. Oh, nice to see you. Oh, there's Thomas checking in.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, starting off with the bang. All right. Sorry. So yeah, so go ahead, check us out there. Did I miss any other plugs?
No, I mean that's our usual spiel.
Steel. Yeah. And now it's time for the final cheers of the night. Um and go ahead, David. Who you gonna cheers your first 2021 cheers? Not that it's any pressure or anything.
Um, cheers to the FBI for arresting everybody, for making sure that they're going to arrest everybody who was part of the insurrection. Cheers to the FBI. Fuck those people, all those traitors. So
Cheers.
cheers to the FBI for going and getting all of
All right. I mean, what
them.
a
All right.
wow. I can't beat that, man.
You should have stopped letting me go first.
No. It's fine. It's fine. My cheers was going to be um to essentially the show coming back. You know what I mean? It's been a while, you know what I mean? And to take that time, clearly now a lot of people don't know this, but like me and David, we had a little spiel before this. And when I go on vacation, I go on vacation. Like I forget everything. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, we'll see what happens. So it's good to finally get my brain flowing again, and
Back into it. Yeah.
yeah, getting back into everything, and just uh yeah, you guys will never know. No, just kidding. We'll tell you. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Drinks to Words by. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We truly appreciate it. And
We do.
yeah,
Everybody. See you soon.
you're out of
Bye.
here. Later.